employee of the company, managers of the company, then our decision would simply be an input to higher decision making. That is, the implementation of the mathematical model, or for instance, you are doing this to modify, no, the current situation in the company because you are expecting a different result, knowing that may problema ang ganon. We only assist management, no, in making decision. Kaya po sinasabing yung decision natin sa level natin would simply be an input to higher decision making. O yung sinasabing simply put, we do not make the decision per se. Pero syempre, we can make use of our ability to convince higher management that the decision we have at our level is the best decision. Sometimes, it is a lot, in my opinion, it is a lot easier to convince management of your decision at your level if you have rapport with higher management. Sabi nga nila, this necessitates parang joining what we call the Friday night out. Because if the big bosses knows you as a person, your potential, then perhaps it is a lot easier for them to make decision as far as your presentation is concerned. Parang political lang ng workplace. So ito po siya sa detalyado. So for the problem definition, so a problem is identified. Usually I ask my undergraduate student, how then can we identify problem? Paano mo nga ba nalalaman na may problema? Anybody? Baka gusto niyo sumagot. If you are working as manager, or if you are working in any particular division of the company, how then would you know that the problem is existing? Ano mo nga ba nalalaman? Because in operations research, ang sinasabi dyan, we convert industry problems into mathematical models, solve the model, then present to management. So may option ka dyan na maintindihan ang nangyayari, ikaw mismo ang mag-solve, tapos sabihin mo sa management, ito ang dapat gawin. But how then do we identify problem? Ano nga po ba siya nakikita? Or hindi mo ba siya nakikita pero nararamdaman mo? So, halimbawa, ikaw ay supervisor. When most of your workers are doing nothing, is it not an indication that the problem is existing? Kasi all workers get paid of the time they work. And if they do nothing, they do not contribute to being productive at a particular time, then alam mo, may problema. Bakit nga ba wala silang ginagawa? Bakit nga ba lagi silang naka-idle time? So you may be able to see some of the issues. One has to do, for instance, with kasi wala yung material, hindi dumating. Or kasi nag-bog down ang makina. Or so we can draw several reasons for that. But the very important is for us to be able to identify problem. Maramdaman na may problema. After which we draw the parameters of the problem. That is, we try to identify controllable variables. Why controllable variables? Kasi these are controllable, meaning you may have a say. Usually, the controllable variables are the variables we would like to have answers with. No? If these are controllable, ibig sabihin, pwedeng bigyan ng solution kasi controllable. But you do not dwell on the uncontrollable variables. Paano mo problemahin yung hindi mo kayang i-control? Problemahin mo lang at gusto mo lang masolusyonan yung kaya mong i-control. That is why we only dwell on the controllable variables. Because when we say controllable variables, we may have the capacity, to do something so that we may be able to come up perhaps the new value for this. The objective or the goals defines what you want. When you identify the problem, what would be your objectives? What would be your goals? The goal for having to identify the problem usually is predicated on the thought that we would try to maximize benefit or we would try to minimize cost. So depending on the nature of the problem, parang umiikot lang sila dun sa dalawa. Either we would like to maximize benefit, nag-work naman siya ng tama, pero nakita natin, we are not optimizing results. No? So, optimization problem. Pwede po yun ang isang dahilan. Or, nakikita natin ang daming waste, ang daming idle time. So, we would try to cut down on the waste, we cut down on the idle time so that it may redound to a better cost system. Pwede po din siya as objective. Now, practical constraints are what we call the practical considerations as far as the limits to the company's resources. So restrictions, constraints, or limits, they mean the same. And it has to do with the limits associated with man, materials, machine, methodology, minute, money. So the several M's of management. So bakit siya issue? The company would like to make more and more money, and for as long as we can, we would like to produce more, and more, because it is only through producing more and marketing more can we be able to maximize yield. But of course, we are bounded by the fact that we have limited capacity, limited facility, limited manpower, limited working time. So we go over the practical restrictions, after which we look into the alternatives. That is the very reason why decision theory must be taken into consideration. Because when we say decision theory, makikita mo na agad yung matrix, for instance, of the payoff. The intersection between the alternatives given to you and what is likely to happen. So the intersection of, for instance, the cost associated with one alternative given the state of nature you expect to happen. So if, again, we go back to the example of a company producing computers and printers, when we say alternatives, we may be able to come up with the combination, this much of computers, this much of printers, this much of computers, this much of printers. Then we try to evaluate each of the alternative and we tend to select the one that gives us the best value. So, ano siya, no? Pag sinabi mong alternatives are selected or examined, and so that we may be able to select, we try to draw as many alternatives as possible given the presentation coming from the problem. In-evaluate mo lahat ang posible, hahanapin mo yung best. May mga libro na nagsasabi na, ano yan, may local, tapos hanapin mo yung global, something to that effect. Then solution is implemented. Again, the implementation of the solution depends on the approval of higher management. Normally, it would have the dry run. Kung ang purpose mo ng pag-evaluate is to improve the system, no? So that it may perform better, hindi po yan agad pinaka-implement. Nagda-dry run po yan kung management decides at sasabihin yan go. Kasi kung sinabing no-go, kahit gustuhin natin, hindi rin po pwede. But of course, it is a different story when you own the company. Siyempre, kung ikaw may-ari, di kung anong na-solve mo, yun na agad, implement na agad siya. So, model. A model is an abstract representation of the problem situation. Or you can think of model as a housing model, living room model, bedroom model. But when we talk of operations research, we talk about the mathematical model, which is an abstract representation of the problem situation within the industry or the company. So the model components, what do we expect when we draw the model? We would start with the decision variables, and normally this is expressed as let x be equal to, let y be equal to, kung dalawa lang po. But sometimes we would have let xij Kung naka-table form, let Xij be equivalent to, for instance, the number of items to ship from one point of source to a point of destination. Then we define I, for instance, I is 1, 2, 3, 4, J is A, B, C, D. So depending on the number of the variables you would like to have answers with, the definition of the decision variables must be specifically defined including that of the units. Halimbawa, let X be equal to the number of computers to produce per week or per one production cycle. Y is the number of printers to produce in one production cycle. Very important, the inclusion of numbers, baskets, sacks, or any unit of measure para pag nakuha mo yung sagot, babalik ka dun sa decision variable, tutugma po sila. Again, the objective is to maximize profit, usually represented by the variable Z. No? So parang pag sinabi mo, let X be equal to, let Y be equal to, the objective would be maximize Z, which is equivalent to, or minimize Z, which is equivalent to. Then the restrictions is introduced as subject to, meaning the only way you may achieve the objective is when you consider the restrictions. That is why we have subject to, depending on the mathematical inequality or equation drawn and the number of resources associated with each of the given restrictions. So that is the constraints. For the validation, again, we ask the question, does the model accurately represent the real problem situation? In most of the cases, when we are the doer, hindi natin nakikita yung flow. So that necessitates asking friend or colleague or an expert in the field to go over your model so that one may be able to see flaws in your model that you do not see by yourself. Parang yung sinasabi, yung nag-makeup ka, di ba? Babae nag-makeup ka. Tingin mo maganda na. But sometimes we ask friend, tignan mo nga, baka naman sobra kasing maputi. Something to that effect. Ganon din po siya sa model validation. Friend, baka naman gusto mong tignan. Ito kasi siya. Sa tingin mo ba, tama na siya? So that we may be able to correct it already. Kasi katulad nga po ng sabi ko kanina, we cannot expect correct solution to a wrongly formulated problem. So the implementation part requires selling the model. Ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina. We sell the model to higher management for their approval. Because not unless management says go, hindi po siya mai-implement. So what is expected in selling the model? Sabi nila, you make use of your charisma. This is where we may say that as in engineers, we are so grossed with being so technical. But reality would tell us, even if we are good technically, if we cannot send the message across, then management may not be able to understand us, to understand our opinion. That is why it is also important that when we are good in numbers, we must also good in words. Because sending the message across necessitates being good in communication, being good in words. Plus, sabi nga nila, gamitan ng charisma. Again, babalik doon sa sumali sa Friday night out ng mga big bosses kung meron and if you are asked to join. Wala namang masama siguro paminsan-minsan. Pero kung lagi, hindi na yan maganda. Then use of the model, when upper management says go, then we may have dry run. No? Use of the model on a trial run. Siyempre po, pag-aaralan talaga siya. Kasi hindi naman yan i-implement for free. Halimbawa, yung pinag-aralan mo ay may kinalaman sa setup ng production. When we modify setup of production, sa area pa lang, gagastos ka na doon. Kasi for instance, the capacity is such as this and then gusto mo i-double yung capacity. So alam mo, malaki ang gagastusin. That is why i-dry run muna yan. Kung hindi po yan possible for an actual setup, gagamit po ng simulation na para makita yung magiging effect. I have seen simulation models. Nakakasiya naman talaga, no? Pero marami hindi ko gamay. Parang yung mga simple lang ang nagagamay ko. Most big universities, no? Marami na silang mga software niyan. So hindi na siya bago sa mga estudyante. Sa RTU po, nakalulungkot lang. Wala pa po tayong laboratory for simulation. So, naintindihan naman natin because it's a state university, no? Hindi laging may pondo. Then after po ng use of the model, kung napatunayan naman talaga na okay siya, that's the time, no? The finality of the decision is to be made. Pwede pong magtanong ha. Ito po yung coverage ng operations research from 1 to 2. Pero hindi po lahat ng topic makukuha. In fact, halimbawa po dito, meron tayong inventory 1 and inventory 2. Kung papansinin nyo po, wala siya dun sa syllabus. Bakit po? Kasi nasa subject na po siya ng production systems. Inventory 1, inventory 2 forms part now of the production systems. Siguro dahil sobrang dami na dun sa OR. So, we do have two models, deterministic and stochastic. Stochastic means probabilistic, no? So the linear programming, transportation, assignment problem, inventory models 1. These are deterministic models including CPM of project management, goal programming, integer programming, dynamic programming, network optimization models, branching and bounding method of the integer programs, and some heuristics. Deterministic models po siya. For the stochastic or probabilistic models, we have inventory 2, queuing models, rate analysis, other forecasting models. Nasa ano na rin po ito, production system sa subject ng undergraduate. Then probability concepts and probability densities. Hindi po siya kaya lahat i-cover sa isang semester. So may tanong po ba dito sa models? Kung wala na po, let us proceed. So one may wish to see, no, the variables on the left side. If you have one or many variables, or if you have zero variable, then you may see the predictability. For a random variable, if we have one or many variables, we have the stochastic model for that. If you have zero variable, we have the deterministic model. Kasi pa usually known ang parameters ng deterministic model. Ito na po tayo. So may tanong po kayo doon before we start with the first most loved mathematical model. So, walang tanong. So, we have linear programming is a mathematical method for solving a large class of special problems. Typically, it involves finding solution to the problems where the objective is to maximize profit or minimize cost associated with the different applications for this. Again, linear programming means coming up with the schedule that is associated with the use of the linear relations of the variables involved. LP. Applications. Ang dami, no? So product mix problem is similar to the ones I have had earlier when I say if the company is producing computers and printers. So this is a product mix problem because it is like we ask the question, how many computers and how many printers we must produce in one production cycle if the objective is to maximize profit. The diet problem, as the name implies, considers diet problems. So examples of which will be the diet required of a diabetic patient. So diabetic patient must consume less carbs because of its sugar contents. But of course, there are some other nutritional requirements na kailangan niyang i-fulfill in terms, for instance, ng fats, ng proteins, no? So, yun po siya. Ang lalabas dyan is minimize cost. Bakit cost? Minimize cost associated with the different meals in a day, for instance, subject to usually the nutritional requirements. So this is a diet problem. In Japan, preschool students would be given a specific meal on a specific day. The intention is to nourish the students as they are in school and so that they may be able to cope with the requirement of the program in class. So ang galing, di ba? From snacks to lunch. How did I know? Because we were sent, I think that was 2019, to observe different classrooms from preschool to the college level in different scenarios to understand classroom settings. I was surprised to have seen that mga preschoolers, no, tsaka mga elementary students, they were fed snacks, lunch, snacks. Provided po yun. So nakaka-surprise. Ang galing. Ang lunch, sila-sila rin ang nagtatrabaho. Ang nandoon lang, tapos may isang nag-a-assist. Ihahatid ang pagkain sa classroom. Sila rin mga estudyante ang nagsaserve sa kapwa nila estudyante. Oh my, sabi ko. But Japan kasi is a rich country. They have funds for that. Kasi ang Pilipinas, parang wala naman ako nakita na may ganun dito. Siguro may yung mga private schools, yung mga yayamang schools, possible yun. Pero babayaran lahat ng parents. No? So, ito po ay diet problem. Kung yung eskwelahan pinag-aaralan, what should be fed to the kids at school so that it conforms to the nutritional requirements given their age range. May isang akong high school na na-observe, parang arts class. Pumasok kami before, bago mag-start ang class, nandun na yung snacks nila sa table. O, di ba, ang sarap. Sana may ganun din sa Pilipinas. Sabi natin, sana all. So, ano bang purpose? Ang sinasabi nila ay yung nutritional requirements, kung ma-meet siya, no, ng bata, hindi magiging problema yung pag-absorb ng information. Para bang ang implication sa akin, kung nagugutom ka, no matter how good you are, hindi magpo-function ng tama ang brain. So, kailangan pag-aralan ang diet problem. Somehow, ganun siguro, I do not know. Pero naswertehan nga namin na pinadala kami doon ng 1 week. Ang laki rin.
Ma'am Helen,
yes.
So, sorry to interrupt po. Sorry to butt in. Ma'am, I think meron po, di ba, sa feeding program sa elementary students na ganyan, ano po, like they serve food para, I think, porridge po yata
government
yan.
can say, government
Yes,
school.
ma'am, yes, ma'am, opo.
O, di ang
Wherein, meron yata po nun, I can't remember
kung
lang
meron tayo sa
mga-
Pilipinas,
Opo.
sir, pwede niyong gawing thesis yan.
Meron, ma'am.
Pwede siyang thesis.
Yes po.
Yes, ma'am. Meron po, ma'am. Program po yan ng Department of Health na ginagawa sa lahat ng public school, including junior and senior high school. Kaya lang, ma'am, hindi lahat ay nakaka-benefit sa feeding program. Kasi, ma'am, ang sinasali lang namin sa feeding program is yung mga batang underweight or malnourished. Yun, ma'am. Tas,
Hindi buong klase.
hindi, ma'am, hindi. At saka 1 meal a day lang yun, ma'am. Bago umuwi yung bata, dadaan siya sa
Ah,
feeding program canteen, then dun siya kakain, ma'am. 1 meal a day lang yun, ma'am.
sa Japan, hindi. Parang routine na nila. Provided lahat. Eh, ang galing, di ba? Tapos sa kanila, parang yung mga mesa nila, pwede siyang, kung separate habang nakikinig sa klase, pagkakakain sila, na-form siya into something, tapos harap-harapan sila. Kasi sa kanila, importante na habang kumakain, nararamdaman mo yung presence ng katabi. Parang ganun ang pinagawa sa amin. In fact, nung kumain sila ng lunch, pinasabay kami, pero ang pagkain namin, pack na siya. So ipaparamdam, kailangan daw mag-join kami so that we may have conversation with them and so that we may have that feel of eating with them. Ang galing, di ba? Ang galing talaga, sabi ko, ibang-iba sila, pero naintindihan naman natin, mayaman talaga silang bansa eh.
Opo, ma'am.
Ang problema nila ngayon ay aging ang population nila.
Mm.
Puro matatanda na sila eh. Actually, yung nag-present ang, di ko alam, minister na isang nag-present sa, yun ang sinabi nila, ang problema nila is the aging population. Pero mayaman sila, tsaka ang galing, pati ang disiplina ng bata. Pag naglakad sila, wala, hindi mo, natutuwa ako kasi at an early age, nakita ko yung mismong lunch nila na sila mismo ang nagsiserve. Walang katulong. So, ang tumutulong lang ba, bubuhatin yung kaldero, ilalagay sa mesa, pero lahat, yung pagsandok, pag-serve, lahat estudyante. Ang galing talaga. Ang system nila, swerte talaga sila. Pero, swerte na rin tayo sa Pilipinas, kung sabi nyo nga may feeding program na ganyan, so mampigtahin kung lagi ka na dyan, nakita mo na yung sitwasyon, gamitin mo siyang thesis. Kasi sa tingin ko ito yung mga valuable na pag-aralan. Kasi pwedeng maka-apekto sa susunod na generations. Kasi kung ang thesis, matapos mong gawin, ilalagay mo lang sa shelf. Hindi talaga siya nagamit, parang malungkot ka din. Mas maganda siguro yung pinag-aralan mo, yung result ng pinag-aralan mo, gagamitin sa katotohanan. O di ba kung makikita natin yung need, halimbawa ponduhan pala ng gobyerno, itong mga ganito, baka mas, di ba sabi nila bumagsak tayo sa performance, sa math,
Yes,
sa
ma'am.
mga,
Sa science.
diba? Sa international level,
Opo.
bagsak.
Opo.
O di, sa tingin ko, yan yung mga study na kapakipakinabang. Hindi siya ilalagay sa shelves. No? So sana magawa natin to. Pwede rin kayong mag-suggest, gawa tayo ng study, buo tayo lahat gumawa. Then we may also consider blending problems. Sa blending problems ko po, usually nakukuha yung equation na x plus y is equivalent to. Because most of the mathematical models would consider the inequality. No? Halimbawa, x plus y is less than or equal to 100. But students would ask, kailan gagamitin yung x plus y is equal to? Usually sa blending problems. When we try to produce one new substance coming from different, for instance, substances. When you say you would be creating one whole new substance, then the need, to make use of equal sign. Kasi hindi pwedeng partial yon. So that's the blending problem. Supposing we ask the question, if we are trying to minimize cost of producing cocktail for party, so it is a question of, are we supposed to add more alcohol or what percentage, for instance, of the cocktail drink? Ilang percent dapat ang alcohol, dahil, and so forth and so on. So these are blending problems. Pwede din, we blend two substances to create a new substance. Ang nakita kong example nito halimbawa ay the creation of a new coin out of, and so forth and so on. So usually, the objective also is to minimize cost. Now, advertising or promotion planning, usually the objective is to reach as many target clients as possible. So there is, we take a look, for instance, of the different advertising media. So it is a question of how many minutes, for instance, if we would be considering television advertising time, radio advertising time, or are we simply to make use of the leaflets Of course, these three, no, kung kumuha tayo ng tatlo, would require different levels of funds. No? Kung sa TV, masyadong mahal. Kung sa radio, mahal din. Baka pinakamura, leaflet. But of course, we have to define the target clients we have. Television set definitely would reach more as compared to radio and as compared to leaflets. So depending on the company's budget, so we can make use of the budget, try to come up with the number of people that may be reached through the different advertising media. Again, the objective is to maximize numbers of target clients we are considering. Another application of the linear program has to do with investment planning. Supposing you have 100,000 today, so it is hard to keep 100,000 at home because the risk na mapasok ang bahay mo at manakaw, ayaw mo siya. So it is like thinking of ways by which you may multiply your money through investment in different investment portfolio. So you try to look into, no, saan ko ba pwede ilagay ang pera ko? Ngayon, pinakamaganda ata sa tingin ko ay MP2. Pwede mo ring isipin, isali mo sa paluwagan. Pwede mo ring isipin, ilagay mo siya sa money market. So, all of this investment portfolio will give different rate of return on a per year basis. So, you just have to deal with the rate of return, although we may say that the higher ROR expected of an investment, the higher the risk. So, yun po ang mga pinag-aaralan dito. Then, production, inventory planning, usually a question of how many to stock today for tomorrow's business. Are we even supposed to do the stocks? Or can we work without the stocks? Parang yun yung sinasabi, just-in-time production. Of course, the very objective is to minimize cost. If you wish to work with no stock or the just-in-time production, then what should be considered will be the situation in terms of transportation. Kasi when we say we do not work with stocks, ang sinasabi natin, just-in-time, we would be producing or we would be doing operations, all that is necessary would be at hand. So, ang dami i-consider, no? Lalo na dito sa atin, unpredictable ang traffic. Parang, I cannot even tell the difference traveling halimbawa early in the morning, late in the afternoon, parang prepreho traffic, walang bago. Then, optimal cargo shipment usually considers the capacity. Isipin mo na lang siya as truck. The capacity of the truck and the number of items that must be loaded to the truck so that you may transport goods. The question is, are we supposed to transport items in boxes or are we supposed to transport items as they are packed by the manufacturers or by your own company? Again, the objective is to minimize transportation cost. The optimal cargo sa linear program po, ang tawag dyan ay the backpack problem. Pareho lang po siya. Reality will tell you, optimal cargo shipment siya, pero kung titignan mo siya sa LP, ang tawag po dyan ay the backpack problem. The backpack has a limited carrying capacity. So the number of items you would put in your backpack plus your being able to carry the backpack defines the restriction as far as the problem is concerned. So, meron pa pong tanong. Ayan lang po ay mga sample applications. Marami pa pong iba. So, you can see how powerful linear program is. There are so many applications as far as the first mathematical model is presented. Ang dami niya talagang application. Tsaka, madali siyang gamitin. Kaya mahal na mahal siya ng mga estudyante. Kung pwede nga lang, yan na lang ang gagamitin. So, any question po? Okay, kung wala na po, ito po yung mga sample niya. Actually po yan, ifo-formulate. Halimbawa, ayan po yung problem. So, babasahin mo po siya, igagawin mo po siyang mathematical model, eto na po siya. So, ayan po, yung pong subject 2, yan yung restrictions. So, meron kang siyang restriction that has to do with machine hours, restriction that has to do with labor hours, and restriction that has to do with sales. The use of less than or equal to, less than or equal to, less than or equal to, meaning the number one restriction, no, it has to do with machine hours. Machines may be used to a maximum of 30, meaning it may be used 29, 28, 5, 15, but it cannot exceed 30. The same with labor hours, the maximum is 50, sales is maximum 50. One may wish to ask, why do we have to define the non-negativity restrictions? In linear programs, we are producing. So the expectation is that we may produce a positive number, but the minimum is that we may produce none at all. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-negative. For instance, in the case of the SUS problem, SU may be able to produce, for instance, 12 of the ashtrays, but it is not expected that we would have negative value for pots and ashtrays. So that's the need to define non-negativity for the variables involved. Another, assumptions underlying a linear program, additivity. From the, you see, for instance here, maximize z is 5x1 plus 12x2. The concept of additivity, it is the contribution to profit of the first variable and the contribution to profit of the second variable, if added together, will give you the total or the maximized profit per production cycle. So the concept of additivity. Then, linearity. Sa LP po, kaya nga po siya linear. Ang variable po niya, 1 lang ang exponent. Wala pong squared, walang cube, raised to the 5th. Linear siya lahat. So, wala po tayong i-expect na x squared, y squared. Lahat po, iisa lang ang exponent. 1 lang po. Divisibility. Linear programs accepts non-integer values. So, for instance po, ito siya. Ay, ito, no? Possible po na ang sagot dyan, kunwari, hypothetically, hindi ko kabisado yung sagot. Hypothetically, ang sagot dyan, halimbawa, ay 1, 2, 3, 4.56. So, acceptable po ang 1, 2, 3, 4.56. Bakit? Kasi ang ibig lang pong sabihin nun, in one production cycle, the value of X1 or the number of item 1 produced is 1,234.56. So, interpreting 0.56, in one production cycle, makakapag-produce ng 1,234 whole units and 56% of the 1,235th unit. Kaya po acceptable ang non-integer values. No? Yan po yung concept ng divisibility. So yan lang po, no? Yung ginagamit natin assumption. Then, ito po ay sample 2. Ito po ang kanyang formulation. So, ito po ang nakikita natin. Ang kanyang restriction has to do with the capacity of machine A and the capacity of machine B. Tapos na po. Tapos na po ang intro. Since lahat po tayo engineer, no, sometimes you get bored pagka puro lecture, puro salita, di ba? Hindi tayo mahilig sa salita. Sabi nga. Pero, bihira lang po dito ang salita kasi solve po ito. So, yan na po siya. May tanong po ba kayo? Any question now? Any reaction? Violent reaction? Appreciation? Sir Acevedo,
Yes po.
nasundan nyo naman po marahil, ano? So, alin po doon ang meron na kayong understanding sa mga different mathematical models na present?
Actually, yung ano ko lahat bago. Parang ano siya, ma'am? Hindi ko lang sure. Meron parang may similarity siya ng ano ng economics po, engineering economics. Parang ganun yung pagkakaintindi ko. Parang ano siya, yung may isi-solve ka tapos kailangan mo through data makapag-decide ka na kung ano yung mga problems na solution mo. Parang ganun po yung pagkakaintindi
Parang
ko.
ang engineering economics, sir, papasok lang sa decision theory.
Oo po, parang ganun
Sa
po.
iba po, malayo siya. Pero sa papasok siya, engineering economics, papasok sa decision theory.
Opo.
So, yung iba, sir, new sa'yo?
New po, lahat po siya, ma'am. New. Opo.
Pero since engineer ka naman, sir, di alam ko, wala na makahirap-hirap yan sa'yo. Carry mo yan, sir, carry.
Opo.
Yeah, so, ang isa pang hindi IE, si Sir Abing. Sir Abing, kumusta po?
Yeah, okay naman po, ma'am. I think nakarelate naman po ako dun sa ano, tawag dito sa diet problems and dun sa blending.
So, halimbawa, papipiliin kita ng gusto mong i-present. Ano kaya interest mo dyan? Wala pa, hindi pa to. Kunwari lang.
Dun sa ano,
Saan
ma'am?
ka na-attract doon sa mga yon? Sa
Well,
mga
basic-
mathematical model?
Ma'am, more on na-attract po ako doon sa definition ng operations research kasi po yun yung pinaka-basic na definition ng problem actually na na-encounter ko po yan sa operations namin sa sa City Hall po, ano. Like yung efficiency ng staff, like for example, pag may problema kami na encounter, let's say yung problem is basic troubleshooting and maintenance of desktop computers. So there are staffs na need namin talagang i-remind pa na to please attend kung ano yung mga problems na na-encounter sa daily operations ng office, ma'am. Yung more of ano siya, parang hindi ko naman sinasabing disusi, ma'am. Pero parang you need to remind from time to time yung aming team members or IT staff na pag merong tumawag or nag-request ng basic desktop troubleshooting and repair, at least we should respond right away, ma'am. Kasi since nandun naman po sila sa opisina and there are times kasi wala sila doon sa area nila, so kailangan hanapin mo pa sila and call their attention, ma'am. Parang ganun. Since
Pero sa, sa model, sir, anong pinakagusto mo?
Ma'am, ako natuwa lang po ako doon sa ano, ma'am. Yung kanina, yung sa blending problems and then doon sa diet problems po na at least I was able to ano.
So LP pa rin ang gusto mo?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Hindi, doon sa present natin kanina na content, kung ikaw ay bibigyan ng ipe-present na topic, alin doon ang gusto mo?
Wow, ma'am.
Linear
Parang ang dami.
program, special linear program, network problem, project management,
okay, ma'am.
programming, alin doon ang gusto mo?
More of ano po, project management, especially doon sa PERT CPM, ma'am. Kasi yun yung ano, ma'am, eh. Yes, ma'am. Makaka-relate po talaga yun, lalo na yung trabaho ko po is sa web development. Pagka merong ni-request na feature yung aming hepe, so magbibigay siya ng deadline. So ako naman magwo-work backwards to how to perform or how to encode yung mga added features na gusto niya doon sa website, ma'am. Like for example, gusto niya ng weather or ng clock na ilagay doon sa website ng Mandaluyong. So yun yung ano ma'am eh. Meron akong project manage, in a way may pagka-project management siya eh, kasi meron siyang start and end date, like gusto niya by the end of the month at least up and running na yung weather feature or clock feature dun sa website ma'am. So yeah, doon yun yung ano ko ma'am, doon
You
ako
can
mas
only hope,
pinaka yes ma'am,
Yep.
project management per CPM po, doon ako nakaka-relate po.
Okay. Pero gagawin natin dito, sir, Drolax. Mamaya. Sa tanong ko si Sir Acevedo, of the topics we have had, alin po ang nakakatch ng attention nyo doon? O alin sa tingin nyo doon ang pinaka-favorite nyo? Isang topic lang, sir, doon kanina sa course content. Kung papipiliin kayo, sir, ano sana yung gusto nyo?
Yung sa